a little while ago, we did a little video segment on how to get your children to do hard things. We talked about our daughter begging us to mow the lawn at 10 and 11 years old. And we had so many great comments on that. We thought we'd do a little follow-up onto that. This little follow-up starts when our son Brigham, how old was Brigham at the time? 5 or 6?
5 or 6, yeah.
5 or 6. We put the idea into his head that, it shouldn't take forever to unload the dishwasher. That was his job. Was it load and unload?
Load and unload, yeah.
Okay, so he had to load and unload the dishwasher.
After every meal.
And Brigham's very much he's a methodical timepiece kind of a guy, and so we bought him a stopwatch, and he would set his timer, and he'd be like, all right, how fast can I load and unload the dishwasher? And boom, he'd set the timer, and then he'd just go as fast as he could, and he'd try to figure out efficient ways to do it. This is a 5 and 6 and 7 years old, and he got it down to one day, I think, in like 2 minutes, he got the entire dishwasher unloaded and loaded. And this was a full set of dishes. This wasn't like, 1 or 2 plates. And we have a big family, so it was a lot of dishes.
And they were all rinsed, ready for him, but he just, unload and then reload it.
Right. Now, there's a whole tactic around how we actually got him to do that. But there's a follow-up story that's great. Our son, Enoch, turned 5 not too long ago. Yeah. And we were changing up jobs in the house, and we're like, maybe, I don't know, Enoch, maybe you could start unloading and loading the dishwasher, but probably not. You're probably not big enough. But when Brigham was your age, Enoch, he could do one. Now we have 2 dishwashers now, but then there was 1. But hey, Brigham, Brigham could do this in like 2.5 minutes and get the whole thing done. But you're probably not strong enough for that. So we'll give you I don't know. You just take your time doing it. It's all right. And Enoch was. Ooh, I could do that. I could do those dishes, and so no, you're not quite old enough or big enough yet to get all that stuff done. So hey, don't worry about it. Well,
a day or 2 later, how long was it?
Yeah, a couple of days later, 2 things happened there. Brigham heard us telling this story, and so Brigham pulled Enoch aside and was like, let's show him what we can do, right? And Brigham started interacting with his little brother and showing him some of the tips and tricks that he do, and started, timing him and helping him to do it more efficiently. And so one day, Enoch comes just strutting in to my office, and you got to know Enoch. I mean, we got to get Enoch more. In fact, we've got a cool video of him telling about this, so we'll show that to you. But he comes just, strutting, and he walks, and he's like, Dad, guess what? I'm like, what, buddy? What's going on? He goes, 5 minutes, Dad. I'm like, what? He goes, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. and then he proceeds to tell me how he had got both dishwashers done and emptied all the silverware and organized the silverware drawer as a service for his sister. Little Eve, that's her job.
2 years old.
Yeah. And he had done this whole thing for her, just as a service thing and as a surprise to her, and he had done it all in 5 minutes. And he was so excited about it, and his confidence was there. Now, that's crazy. How do you get a 5-year-old super wired up and excited about doing dishes? I can't, Margie still has an allergic reaction to dishes, and now our 5-year-old is super, super duper excited to do it. So.
Yeah.
Both dishwashers. I did even silverware.
Yeah.
With 2 silverwares in the drawer, and I did it in 5 minutes.
You've done both dishwashers, all the silverware in the drawer, and did service for your little sister Eve, and you did it in less than 5 minutes?
Yes.
No way. You're amazing. Dude, right here. Nux, pound me out, baby. Boom. You're awesome. Thanks for doing service, buddy. Love you. Yeah.
I have another story about Enoch.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Christmas was coming. We had just gotten some new goats, and they were milking the goats. And our 2 girls go out every morning and every night to milk the goats.
Yeah, they're out there usually by 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, early in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
And so I had this great idea for Christmas. I got Enoch a little milk pail, a
His
little one.
very own little milk pail.
His hands are still pretty small for milking. So
Yeah.
I thought, well, let's give this to him for Christmas. It'll be a big deal. And he can start trying to milk.
And we put it into a box and it's all wrapped up and nice.
And so a few days after Christmas, he's out there with his milk pail and he's like, I'm going to try and milk. And he went out there and he got a little bit of milk.
Like that much down in the bottom, a couple squirts.
He was so excited. I took a picture of this too. He came in, Mom, look what I got. Look how much milk I got out of Sadie, our goat Sadie. And so he was so excited. And now every morning he doesn't want to miss his chance.
Right.
He used to sleep until 7:38.
Yeah.
He wakes up at 6:30 to 6:45 because he doesn't want to miss his chance to get out there and
and his goal is so like, it started here and then it went to
Yeah.
here, and it's like he just dreams of the day that he can fill that whole goat that pail with goat milk and milk out an entire goat.
And actually, the other night he came in and he was in tears. He was literally crying. What's wrong, buddy? He said, I spilled the milk. I had a whole pail and I spilled it on the way in. I was running in.
Running in so excited he tripped. Ah!
And he was just crying.
Then we had a lesson about don't cry over spilled milk. It's all right. So what's the principle behind this? Well, the principle that we're talking about here, and it works with teenagers, it works with little children, it works with toddlers, it works with elementary, it's just part of human nature. And that is, when you give them something to strive toward, a higher level of excellence, and you show them that it's possible, we as human beings, we have natural ambition and we want to move toward higher plane. And so you've got to create those higher planes, create those higher levels of achievement and give them rewards and motivation, a little bit of competition, and help draw them up towards greater heights and to greater excellence. So here's our invitation for you today. Think about activities that you would really like your child to do. Whatever it is, but think about their full potential. So carefully observe them and notice what their full potential is. And then sit down and say, okay, they're doing this level of achievement. They're doing this good at piano, this good at that, whatever. And find a way to create an environment in the way that we've just described and help draw them up to a higher level of excellence, to encourage them to do more, to spur them on, to be a little more refined in their manners, a little better in how they eat, a little bit better about their writing, a little bit better about whatever, and always be putting that next level out there in front of them. And if you'll do, what you'll find is, number one, putting it out there and just making the suggestion shows that you have confidence in them, and they love that. Don't they just love that?
They do.
And the second thing, they thrive under that. And the second thing is as you set that standard there, their natural instinct to wanting to achieve and to do better will draw them up forward, and they'll start to go after their ambitions and start to achieve more and to be more and to have more, and they'll be so much happier and so much more fulfilled and feel so much better about themselves as they go through that process. So that's your assignment. Jump onto the Facebook page. Would love to hear from you and about what you wanted your child to excel at, how you encourage them to excel, and then what the results were.
That's right.
Okay?
Exactly.
All right, great. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.
Bye.
Hello, friends. Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Now, would you do us two favors?
The first one is subscribe to this channel. That way you can get all the great updates we're going to be sending your way.
The second thing is, do you want more joy in your family life? Do you want more peace and happiness? Well, if you do, we want to give you our entire parenting system, the Family Fun Miracle, totally for free.
You ever felt friction in your home or stress in your marriage?
I know.
Do you ever wish your kids would do more? Or do you ever feel overwhelmed? If so, then how are you going to change it?
Yeah. What are you going to do different?
That's right. Now, in our family, with 11 children and Joshua and I both, pretty strong-willed.
Very strong-willed.
There's a lot of opportunity for stress.
Now, you know that if things are going to change in your family life, you've got to start thinking different. You've got to feel different. You need to see your children and your spouse in a totally new light.
Now, to help you with this, we've created a free guide for you called the Family Fun Miracle. And you can access that right now. Go to endlessfamilyjoy.com/fun.
Again, that's endlessfamilyjoy.com/fun. We'll give you the entire system, a complete guidebook, and a training video that'll show you real life examples of how you can implement in your home totally free of charge.
So just go to the website, give us your name and email address. We'll instantly send you everything you need.
This is the exact same system, the same principles that Margie and I use with our very large and challenging family to reduce stress, remove friction, and have more peace and more joy inside of our family life.
Thanks for coming here today. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next episode. But until then, show real love to your family, cherish your family, and create more joy.